Hi everybody, this is day 2 of Imagine a Miracle Every Day, and I came out to the park on purpose so you could see all this beauty and so I could have some light so that this second day's miracle would be in this, something cool. So let's get right to it. Today, what we are going to talk about and imagine is the temple tax in the fish's mouth, which comes from Matthew 17 verses, this says 27, but it's going to be really from 24 to 27. And that's awesome. So look, let me move this bookmark, and I'll take also a photo of it so I can post that one. All right, so did you have fun with the first imagination and miracle? I'm hoping that you did, because I have found that after practicing this imagination this is my 3rd year, going into the 3rd year, there are so many things that have opened up for me. As far as, oh my God, healings, etc. And it has to do with imagining versus reading, and really seeing it and feeling it in myself, the scene and what exactly Jesus is doing, and getting understanding of from the Holy Spirit, basically, of what exactly is going on. So that's exciting. Let me show you a little bit more scenery, and we are going to jump right into reading this. So this is entitled "The Miracle of the Tribute Money." And I gotta tell you, I had a very odd day today. And as far as the principle of what this talks about, it happened to me today. And I don't know if I should explain it now or explain it a little bit later. But I was feeling like, oh, I don't have that much money. But then, because what has happened with me personally, in the process of reading these scriptures and learning them over 2 years now, I know them by heart, pretty much. I know never, ever, ever think or say in my mind, in my consciousness, or anywhere else inside of me, anything that's lack or limitation. Never say it. Never think it. Don't go there. It isn't true. It is not the truth. God, I am God. God is Tarja being God. That's my perception of what we are as made in image, likeness, and spirit, is that we basically are part of, or we are God being an expression in a human form. So if that's too deep or too weird, please don't be offended. But that's what I'm feeling. Has been the revelation that's come to me. So I already know, and I started talking to myself and telling myself, hey, you can't be thinking anything about lack or limitation or broke or anything. Those are thoughts that you have learned to rebuke via these verses that I've, in the different practice that I've been doing. I've learned to rebuke those and to really tell those, hey, no, that's not true. Because it's, there's so many other things I want to say, but I don't want to drag the video out. So let's just get to the lesson. All right, so it's saying here that, and when they came to Capernaum, they received tribute money. Came to Peter. Oh, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, so here's what's going on. You're going to want to imagine that you are Jesus and the disciples. You're in the scene as they walked into the town called Capernaum. And someone who is the one who collects tribute money comes to them and says, doth not your master pay tribute? Now, as I told you on the first video, don't get hung up analyzing or wondering or worrying about all the details when you're imagining the scene. Just imagine that there's a man there. Imagine that they are being talked to, so you can see those men talking to each other. And here's what is being said. He saith, Yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus prevented him, saying, What thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? So he's, I don't really know all the details about why he said this particular line. But Daddy said it. What I want you to do is to say it out loud. Because the more that you say what Jesus said out loud, the more you will understand. But this is one of the verses that I haven't done in the 2 years because I wanted to give some new material for this particular practice for this 30 days. So anyway, Peter saith unto him, Of strangers. Jesus saith unto him, Then are the children free. Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them. So Jesus instantly understands that what he's going to do is he's going to produce. There's never a case when he doesn't know immediately what to do. And he's very psychic. He's on a different level spiritually. He is in a realm all the time, understanding the relationship between the three-dimensional world and the world and the kingdom of heaven. And he doesn't have any wall between the two, it seems. That's how, from what I've been reading, it sounds like he's very in touch with all the time that there's a solution for every problem and that every problem is going to be solved by God. So he says, notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea. So he knows in his mind why, because he's plugged in to the entire universe. And he can tell that, he must have said or done something to know or ask God to put this money in the fish. Because he says, and cast a hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. And when thou hast opened his mouth. Now how did he know this? Because he really was in a high spiritual awareness. Thou shalt find a piece of money, and that take and give unto them for me and thee. This is another miracle. All right, so how wonderful that is to know how we can use this in our own lives is to know that there is always an answer to every issue, every problem that seems like it comes up. You don't have to worry about how you're going to get anything. So that's what happened to me earlier. I was feeling those worry kind of feelings, and then I was like, no. And I got myself back calm, because there's a saying that I always say, let's see what God is going to do. And literally, I had a premonition or a feeling of intuition that God was going to give me some money. And actually, psychically, I knew who was going to give it to me. And anyway, long story short is that the person did give me the money. And I thought, because the more in tune that I have become, the less worried I have to be. As long as I continue to say, there is a solution for every issue. So that's the lesson here. And you can let me know when you do this particular miracle. Don't forget, you want to read it out loud and speak the parts with emphasis, like you're acting, you're the one, so that you get the realization and the power behind why it is that Jesus even was able to say what he said. That's going to come through you, okay? So enjoy, trust the process, and we shall see you tomorrow. Oh, there's one piece I forgot about the, you gotta imagine yourself going over to the water and reaching down and picking up the fish, and in its mouth there is the coin. I forgot to say that in the other video, so I'm gonna splice these two together, hopefully. All right then, awesome, right?